Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session designed to help a client that used to be very anxious and would describe themselves as having a phobia of dogs to feel much more confident and relaxed around dogs. They'd made a lot of progress, but this was a top-up session so that they could really feel that they could build on the progress already made and imagine a future where they could have continued progress, feeling confident and relaxed around dogs, but having enough vigilance so that they didn't make an inverse generalization. So if you think of a phobia of dogs, is that the generalization is all dogs make me feel scared or all dogs are dangerous. And just as that isn't true, it also isn't true that all dogs are safe. It's worth having an element of vigilance so that if you see a dog with aggressive tendencies or seems to be out of character or let's say is snarling or growling and having those kind of things, then having the desire to create space between you and the dog or having a barrier between you and the dog, that's not useless fear. That's not disempowering anxiety. That's the very anxiety to keep you safe. What this hypnosis session is designed to do is to make you feel confident, comfortable, and calm around the 99.9% of dogs which are friendly and safe and good company, but to keep an element of vigilance against those aggressive dogs or maybe dogs that have irresponsible owners. The ideal way to benefit from this session is to find a calm, relaxing space, ideally in an environment where you're not going to be disturbed, and then just relax and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to completely relax. And with your eyes closed, notice that you can focus more of your attention on the sound of my voice. When you breathe in deeper than you normally would, feeling a sense of calm, relaxation, and just scan your body for any clues of tension. Perhaps tightness in the jaw, maybe something there in your forehead, neck or shoulders, and just decide that right here, right now, you don't need that tension. So as you breathe out, just feel that tension melting away, starting to leave your body in that outward breath. Notice that when you breathe in deeper, you also tend to breathe out for longer. The deeper you breathe in and breathe out, the more relaxed you become. Brainwave shifting from alpha, the waking state, to beta, the relaxed state, making their way towards a theta state, deep, deep relaxation, where imagination seems to be more vivid and more real. When you breathe in, breathe out for longer, activating your diaphragm. Not just breathing from the chest, but breathing deep down from the belly. The deeper you breathe, the deeper relaxed you become. And the deeper relaxed you become, the more your imagination awakens. If you think of your mind as a computer, all computers need a user interface, a screen, a keyboard. And I want you to think that your imagination is the user interface with the power of your subconscious mind. Therefore, let's go to a memory that you could vividly imagine. I want you to think of a mountain or a large hill surrounded by picturesque nature. I want you to imagine how it would be to be in that place, feeling perhaps the temperature around you. How many clouds were there in the sky? The freshness of the air. Perhaps even remembering the clothes you were wearing at the time, or at least the footwear. Feeling that you're walking up towards a peak. Don't be surprised if this peak has a vista, a view, a panoramic of seeing things for miles. Maybe water, rugged landscape, even other islands. And notice that the more that you notice, the more it feels how it would feel if you were there. Feeling relaxed, calm, breathing rate, heart rate, slowing down to that state of pure relaxation. And for no reason at all, just imagine placing the most comfortable reclining chair that exists at the top of that peak. Of course, it wouldn't be there in reality, but this is imagination. So imagine safe, secure, comfortable, reclining chair placed at the very peak of this hill or mountain, giving you incredible views of nature, and feel safe as you sit in that reclining chair and start to imagine closing your eyes inside your imagination. As I count down from 10 to 1, with each descending number you will feel deeper and deeper relaxed. just releasing all the tension around your eyelids. 9, just loosening the muscles around the jaw from the ears all the way down to the chin. 8, breathing in, breathing out more effortlessly, deeper with no friction. 7, just releasing all the tension from the top of your head all the way down to the back of your head, necks and shoulders. Just release that tension now. 6, feeling your arms either starting to float or feel incredibly heavy. Paradoxically, within your imagination, you could feel both at the same time. Feel the lightness and heaviness. Maybe in different arms, but just feel that sensation of pure relaxation. 5, just imagine your internal organs start to relax deeply now. Heart, lungs, stomach, all relax, releasing all tension, all stress, all worries. Going down into the gut. And if the neck and the shoulders are sometimes where stress is stored in the form of tension, the gut can be the place of anxiety. So just release all of that anxiety, feeling it leave your body in that outward breath. And feel that relaxation going downwards, down into your legs. As 4 becomes 3, legs now feeling heavy and light at the same time. Releasing all tension. Down into your calf muscles as 3 becomes 2. Down into your feet and toes. And feel how you would feel if you were so relaxed that you were drifting off into a dream-like sleep. And sometimes in our dreams, we can dream about a future. And I want you to dream about a future. Imagine observing your life 10 years from now. The future is just infinite possibilities. Every possible decision could lead to a different future. So I want you to observe just one of infinite futures where you decide to have different dogs as part of your family. Imagine observing that version of you. And maybe there are 3, 4, or even 5 dogs in that home. But observe you 10 years older, so relaxed. You are a responsible owner with well-trained dogs. See how you feed them, walk them, play with them. See that after a stressful day, these dogs make it impossible to stay stressed. That even if you are angry, how can you be angry when a dog is cuddled up at your feet or licking your toes? I want you to get a sense that in this future, dogs bring so much value to your life. Joy, companionship, exercise, a reason to get out even in the rain and the wind, exercising every day, not to exercise, but just to give these dogs you care for movement, playfulness. See how content you are in this future, and see yourself perhaps in an evening on a couch. And maybe the dogs are on the floor, or maybe they're jumped up on the sofa with you, and see yourself looking completely relaxed, and then step into that version of you a version of you where there is no fear of dogs at all. At this point, dogs are your friends, your family, a source of joy. And when you're in that version of you, that future version of you, with an optimal relationship with dogs, let me know by nodding your head. And then you could think back to where it all changed. Think of some memories that were significant at the time because they took you out of a comfort zone. Maybe the first time you went to a home with abandoned dogs. First time you walked through a park, noticing all the dogs. Or perhaps a time where you spent a few days with a particular golden retriever that just made you update thoughts and beliefs around dogs. And notice that it was never about the dogs. It was about the thoughts and evaluations about dogs and about your perceived safety. Things that used to trigger anxiety in the past no longer do, as that provides evidence of the neuroplasticity of your mind to change, to rewire, to feel different things. So imagine being able to skip backwards and forwards in time, opening your mind to powerful suggestions about ways of thinking about dogs. You feel happy, comfortable, and friendly towards dogs, noticing how easy it is to enjoy their company. It becomes effortless to recall times where you felt relaxed and comfortable around dogs. And notice how easy it is to bring those positive feelings into the present. And dogs are unique. And you can feel curious and inquisitive around them, noticing their playful and intelligent nature. You already know that there is a very low probability of danger around dogs. But that doesn't mean that there is no danger at all. So you feel safe and at ease, but also that you are becoming more discerning in differentiating between well-trained dogs with responsible owners and those dogs that may be unsettled or aggressive. But notice how now you're looking at dogs on a dog-by-dog basis, not generalizing to all dogs. It's intelligent to remain vigilant around unfamiliar dogs, particularly stray dogs or those dogs that seem erratic or less well trained. There is a fine line between being fearless and reckless, and to approach an aggressive stray dog that seems erratic is not fearless, it is reckless. So you will make intelligent decisions around dogs. So you get to enjoy being around friendly, well-trained dogs and keep a healthy, respectful distance around those dogs that you don't know well enough to know their nature. As time goes on, you notice more of the idiosyncrasies and personalities of dogs, seeing them very much as individual dogs rather than generalizing to all dogs or even breeds of dogs. You remain vigilant around unfamiliar dogs. And this vigilance allows you to take cool, calm, collected, yet decisive action when needed. The vast majority of dogs are loving, playful creatures that make the world a better place. But that 0.1% of dogs, you become discerning at figuring out which ones they are and avoiding situations that are undesirable. You feel resourceful, calm, confident, and relaxed around dogs, enjoying their presence. But also that going out of your comfort zone expands the comfort zone. And just imagine a dog that is well trained and friendly with a responsible owner jumping up, not as an act of aggression, but just a dog's equivalent of a handshake, getting to know you, wanting to make eye contact, wanting to meet you at your level. Imagine giving that dog a hug, a stroke, and noticing that it appreciates the attention, the contact, before going off and doing its thing. A dog jumping up was nothing to be afraid of. It's a compliment. That dog likes you and wants to get to know you. Notice how more and more often you focus on positive experiences with dogs, seeing any reports of dangerous dogs as anomalies and the exception to the rule, and just noticing how many dogs are friendly, loving, and loyal. And you find joy in observing and interacting with dogs, appreciating their playful spirit. And over time, don't be surprised if you understand and feel like you can respect the needs and boundaries of dogs. Not every growl or snarl is an act of aggression or dominance. Sometimes it's just a playful energy, or sometimes communicating a boundary. The more you interact with dogs, the more you figure out the differences. In the same way that if you encountered someone with a strong accent, a strong dialect, it might take some time to figure out the true meaning of certain words. There may be confusion at first, but very quickly you would understand the meaning of the communication. The same is true with dogs. In the past, you've interpreted certain forms of communication to be something that they weren't. But the more you experience, the more accurate your interpretation of the communication of dogs becomes, helpful and useful. You build trust with dogs through calm and gentle interactions, feeling more connected to them. You relax and feel at ease in the presence of dogs, noticing that you can enjoy their companionship. They elevate your experience. Many dogs are loyal and loving companions. Many dogs have a duty to help blind people navigate around the world. to figure out the causes of crime. Get a sense of just how versatile and intelligent they can be. You become more aware of dog behavior, understanding cues and signals that indicate a dog's mood. And the more that you practice safe interactions with dogs, the more you feel able to ensure mutual respect and comfort. You could admire dogs for their intelligence, their loyalty, their playful nature, but also feel grateful for their presence in your life, even if that is the time you get to spend with them when you can. And with new situations around new dogs, you will have a calm, composed, curious nature, adapting easily to their presence. You can feel confident in your ability to evaluate the behavior of dogs, the nature of a dog, enabling you to be discerning and decisive when needed. You enjoy the companionship of dogs, feeling a sense of joy and connection with them, remaining open to positive interactions and welcoming opportunities to bond with them. It could be a stroke, playing with them, taking them for a walk, or maybe if you see a dog that seems friendly with a responsible owner, asking the owner what the dog's name is, complimenting the dog, and asking if it's okay to give them a stroke. And if it is, it is. And if it isn't, it isn't. But every interaction increases your confidence with dogs, as every day you feel more and more grateful for the joy and comfort that dogs bring into the lives of millions of people around the world, appreciating their role as loving companions. And as you think back to that future possibility where there are several dogs in your home, that possibility tree only opens with interactions in the present and near future. And you could have an amazing relationship with dogs without ever being a dog owner. But contemplating the possibility of having dogs of your own in the future increases the speed at which you find comfort and connection with dogs that aren't your own. So imagine being back in that future home 10 years from now. Just take a moment to play and interact with your own dogs. Cuddles and strokes, playing and feeding. And feel that this future possible pathway into the future would be a future where your life is enriched by the presence of dogs, not made more detrimental because of them. So hold that thought, and then recall that this is just a dream of a future that doesn't exist yet. As you imagine leaving a chair on the top of a hilltop or mountain peak, but as you look around, notice that there is a cute, friendly dog by your side, and was there all along, keeping you safe in in this dreamlike sleep. Give the dog a stroke and feel now that it's time to return to the present, updating your belief systems about dogs, updating your emotional associations, but still keeping enough vigilance for the 1 in 1,000 dogs that you may need to be cautious of. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the present moment as it's time to return to the here and now. As I start to count, 1, 2, 3, waking up, 4, 5, 6, more alert, 7, 8, open your eyes, 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.